girls and good boys and good. All right, you know what? Fuck this. Fuck it. I can't do this. I just can't. I can't do this. I just can't. And really, that is the point of what brings us here today. As anyone who has been a long-time viewer and fandom, if I may, of Drive Home Reviews can attest, and anybody who knows me personally can also back up, horror movies, they're just not my thing. My best friend loves horror movies. He knows all of them. He's an encyclopedia. And they just never worked for me. Not that there's anything wrong if that's your thing. Just for me, they remain that one genre of cinema that I just can't seem to connect with all the way. And then again, this is just me talking, but speaking in general terms, I don't like blood. I don't like gore. I don't like seeing people in pain. I don't like I don't like watching someone in extreme discomfort. It's just never been a thing that I got off on. It just doesn't. But now, here's where we need to clarify something, because I think there's been a little miscommunication when I say that I don't like horror movies. Yes, I may not like horror movies, but that doesn't mean I don't like scary movies. It doesn't mean that I don't like to be scared. I think everybody does to some degree or another. It's just the variation, Some people like the psychological thriller of a Hitchcock, and other people like the blood and guts of a Friday the 13th. But I think deep down, everybody likes that adrenaline rush and that catharsis of knowing that in the end, the lights are going to come up and you're going to be able to leave and everything's going to be okay. You've seen all this scary shit, but you yourself are fine. And, like most young boys of my generation, when I was a kid, boy, did I loved everything to do with monsters and aliens and, Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster. That was my bread and butter, folks. I loved it. Unsolved mysteries used to scare the shit out of me, but in that way that I liked to be scared. When they did their stuff about, ghosts or UFOs or stuff, even now rewatching it, it scares me, but in that great way that you get scared when you're a kid, when the world is, so much larger and there's so much unknown to you. When the eerie stillness of a quiet night is just something that sets your mind ablaze with ghosts and goblins. And as we arrive in the fall of the year, I, like a lot of people, start looking at my movie wall and start looking at those films that have become regular holiday viewing. So I decided that in this year where I've taken the opportunity to look back at cinema, to look back at movies that I've enjoyed, to reevaluate them and look at them with a more critical eye, I decided that this would be a great year to do something that I have been wanting to do for a while now, but always got so busy and never really put my time into. So I figured that this would be a great time to take a look at some of the films that have become traditional Halloween viewing for me and share them with you. Now, let me tell you, there's probably not going to be anything you've heard of on this list, or if you have, they're quiet cult classics. Like most things, a lot that I enjoy, a lot of them are going to be very tongue-in-cheek. A lot of them are going to be downright weird. And some of them are going to be incredibly problematic. But, I think after the year we've all had, and the year we're still having as of this recording, I think it is therapeutic and cathartic to dip our big toe into the sea of the verboten and reassure ourselves that it's still fun to be scared of fake things. So, I hope that you will come along with me as we explore some of my favorite spooky-themed films. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, please, for the next couple of reviews or so, the terrible lesson that you're going to learn here tonight. That grinning, glowing, globular invader of your YouTube channel is an inhabitant of the Frog Zord. And if your doorbell rings and no one's there, that was no Martian. This is Halloween Reviews.